Hello, my name is Justin Bright, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program version 1.2.2, in which I am attempting to make Kerbals a multiplanetary species. You may notice some differences on this VTOL bus that I am now getting up and kind of fussing with, trying to get to the Star Lifter shuttle. I decided I really did not like it, so I've made some changes, but before I discuss that, let's try to figure out what the heck I am doing right now. I feel like I am not... Am I targeted to the right thing? I always have a hard time, like, right-clicking on exactly the right part when I'm trying to target a particular thing. There, target the docking port. Let's make sure I'm controlling from my docking port. Okay, anyways. I don't think my futzing around had anything to do with anything. It just kind of came into alignment as I was playing with it. Slow up now. Yeah, so the modifications that I have made since just a moment ago include adding monopropellant tanks, adding reaction wheels, adding docking ports, a 1.25 meter on the front and a 3.75 on the back, just in case I ever want to attach a big, some kind of big pusher stage on this or something. I can't imagine why I would need to do that, but the option is there. Alright, let's... I think the controls are moving opposite to the way that I expect them to because I am upside down relative to the target docking port. The other question is that docking port even open? It is not. Open shield. As we sail by. There we go. Now we're coming in. And we still spent a whole bunch of monopropellant, but that is... I think that'll be fine. It was a much smaller percentage than it was the last time we did this. Alright, and now it's just a matter of closing the distance. Wait for it. Uh-oh. There we go. Ooh, I was worried for a second there. But here we go. Now we have this big bus attached, which we can use to descend to the surface of Minmus. Very exciting stuff. Okay, so now it's time to transfer over all the Kerbals that are heading down to the surface, which I think should be everybody. Including our astronauts. I'm not sure... Should I leave them in orbit to dip out into interplanetary space for a moment? I don't see any harm in that, so I might as well leave them on board. But we are going to send down all of these crew down here. So, bop. This is just going to be dramatically faster than if I had tried to do this by EVA. That would have been a nightmare. Doo-doo-doo. Transfer, Jarina, Melfraud, Girly. Oh, such a girly Kerman. And then the last one is Janan Kerman. I'm actually going to send you across to show. Pop. You'll notice that she is sporting a fashionable new EVA suit that is color-coded based on her USI class. All the new classes have have their own special suit, their own color, their own icon, which is a lovely new addition that I found on the forum just today. So let's jump in the bus. Cool. So now it's just time to head down to the surface. So let's stay... Actually, we are in a pretty good spot. So I am going to F5 for safety. And we are going to undock. Chunk. And we are going to control from this embedded hex 2. And whip around. Let's fire the engines just a little bit to get away from the cruise ship. Beautiful. Oh, I don't like that. There's some kind of, they don't like the going to and from different ships. There's some kind of weird calculation going on there where I think some of my Kerbals just became grouchy due to habitation and then immediately went back to work. This is why I have habitation effects only cause grouchiness as opposed to like mutiny or death or anything more serious, because I find that it acts up in weird ways sometimes, and then that can completely scuttle a mission. And that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to need to address these concerns. I would like to have to design around life support issues and habitation and so forth. I like that. I enjoy that challenge. What I don't enjoy is the frustration of having a piece be knocked off of my ship because somebody was grouchy because of a weird floating point error. Okay, missed my node. Very nice. So let's go ahead and burn. And finish that up perfectly. All right, we're coming in just, well, quite a bit beyond, but we will cut that down. Unfortunately, we are also coming down as night is falling on Minmus. I didn't think that all the way through, so that should be fun. So let's push upwards. Or northwards, I suppose, as we point normal, and then I will point radial, and we will get ourselves a little bit more altitude to deal with the rotation of Minmus as we make our final approach. So time for F5, and let's see how bad this is. This is just the first station around Minmus? Oh, I guess this is the first time I docked things together, which is what that's actually looking for. Okay, yeah, congrats me, I guess. And let's slow down, slow down. Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to do was, I like the little radial probe that the MKS suite comes with, but what I really don't like is that it only has SAS stability. It does not have the ability to hold maneuvers and hold particular directions. So we went and we changed things up. Now we're coming into physics range. Time for Lag City. Woo! Automated maintenance has been performed. Oh, that's right, because I have someone down in a workshop. Well, that's neat. Alright, so there'll be no docking here, so I don't need to get, well, a little bit close would be nice. A little bit closer than I am right now would be nice, in fact. Let's put down these big old landing legs. Beautiful. So let's tilt a little bit in this direction, so we can close the distance just slightly. There. I am going to have to fly over all the individual Kerbals to the station, but that's totally fine. I can handle that. You guys don't need to bother yourselves with watching that. But in the meantime, we are just about to touch down, slowing down below 2 meters per second on final approach. Oops, and let's here, push back down actually. Thank you. And there we go. Beautiful. We are landed. Let's keep the lights on, shall we? Alright, everybody. F5 and let's begin the march. Alright, so we have all of our Kerbals loaded, which is just lovely. And it looks like we are still netting positive supplies, even with, I think, 13 Kerbals I have in here, which is pretty great. We've got positive electric charge, positive pretty much everything that matters. Negative on gypsum, but I think that that's fine. That's just making fertilizer, and I have a pretty big surplus on that. I think that'll level off over time. So the thing that I wish that I could do is make liquid fuel and oxidizer a little bit faster, and I have plans for an additional driller to supplement the carbonite production that I have here, because the issue that I'm having is the converter is at a 0.85% load, which is ridiculously low, because we're only getting from 2 of these drills at I think 4% local density of carbonite. And the only way I can think of to improve that is more drills. So we're going to send out a big thing with planetary logistics capabilities to do some drilling, which I think should help with that. Because we only really need the one converter, so I don't need to add anything to this, but what I can do is add a driller somewhere else. So we'll be doing that. I had mistakenly also thought that the little level up crew button here was also going to work as a Kerbal Academy that would level up other Kerbals to the level of the highest level Kerbals there. That's not what this is. That just allows you to level up any crew that have already earned experience on their own, which is really pretty unfortunate. Yeah, so what I think I might end up having to do is get a what's moving? Oh, there's something in orbit. I picked up a contract for Kerbal rescue around Minmus, and that was just weirding me out a little bit. Anyways, so there is a part that has a Academy module on it from USI that allows you to level up Kerbals, which I thought that I had, but I don't actually have here, so I may need to do some moving Kerbals around to get them up to a decent level, because I know that the level of the Kerbals is a huge impact on how effective they are at producing materials and so forth. So that may be something that we do very soon as we start getting up our material kits and specialized parts production chains. However, that's not something that we need to do as we are dealing with just carbonite. So as we're getting liquid fuel, that's not something we have to worry about yet. So what I think we're going to do now is send over our big 3 astronauts to gain that third level anyways. So that's going to be Jeslyn. Just hop out wherever you are. Alright, so we're going to just drop her in. And one of the nice things that I added is an easy vessel switcher that allows me to just hold down Alt and switch vessels without making the camera jump all over and be generally weird. So I'm pretty happy about that. And Mad Beth, here we are. Get out. The base is in good hands with all these Kerbal colonists that we have hired. And one last thing while I'm traveling away that you may have noticed attached to the side of the base is radiators, which has dramatically improved the gathering of gypsum on Minty Station. So I will be making sure to actually include some kind of thermal controls on all of my other mining vessels and colony bits going forward. Alright, so that's those 3 here. So let's F5 for safety and we'll take off. Make sure we're controlling from the probe. And off we go. Let's point east. This is in no way helpful to get to the shuttle. But we are now out of the physics range of the darn thing, of the Minty station, so that makes my life a little bit easier. Ooh, careful with the direction we are pointing right now. We do need to still go up and get into orbit before we get all excited. Woo, that's also a little bit further down. Alright, come on. There we go. We have a lot of fuel, but there's no reason to get crazy. Alright, we'll fix this down here. Alright, we got ourselves a good maneuver, and we are just warping up to meet that. Not a huge amount of fuel used. I guess I'd have to park a little bit closer to actually get the local logistics, because I did not actually see that option now that I think about it when I was close. Because I was kind of hoping for a local logistics option for, you know, crew. I guess that's a little much to ask, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't actually a mod somewhere that allowed you to transfer crew in bulk. Like, I know that like ship manifest allows you to move Kerbals around between vessels without having to, you know, jump them out and do this and that and the other thing. But that doesn't work for vessels that are not connected. So I'm sure that somebody's made some kind of mod for people in my situation here, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never actually seen it, so. All right, we are coming in. So let's just adjust our intercept just slightly so that we get nice and close, because we would like to dock. All right. Another minute and we will be rendezvousing. So just slow it on down. Make sure we are heading directly on target. We're now moving at 2.6 kilometers per second. Meters per second. That would be much faster. Where is your nose? Which way are you pointing? I have a hard time telling. What do you think about things? What if I control from here? Point at the target. What do you think about that? That sort of works. Looks like we are coming up on its nose, which is lovely. Set as target. And then just tweak it down a little bit. And we're doing this whole docking maneuver once again. Ooh. Easy, easy, easy. Take it easy, man. I think I came very close to colliding there. I didn't even notice. Alright, let's try that approach one more time. Yeah, real dockings with the International Space Station happen at speeds closer to centimeters per second. They would not do anything this breakneck in pace, because it would be likely to kill somebody. And ka-chunk, here we go. So we shall move Jeslin Jai and Mad Beth over to the lovely, lovely Starlifter shuttle. We will undock Kerchunk. And there we go. Now it's just a matter of dipping out into interplanetary space for a bare moment, and also doing all the science in between here and there. Alright, now we're going to connect up one more time just because I had forgotten to actually refuel this thing. So, how much fuel can I steal? Not all of it, to be certain, because there's only 3,000 or so fuel. Yeah, not even. Like, there's 5,000 fuel left on here, and each one of these tanks can hold 6,000, 6,500. So, alright, so I think that will do it. I was trying to do something weird and leave a little bit of fuel left in the bus module, but that's just going to sit in orbit and wait for the Starlifter to come back, I realized. So I figured I might as well give the Starlifter the best possible chance to get out there and come back with 2,600 meters per second of delta V, which I'm hoping is going to be enough to send this out to interplanetary space and back. So let's save the game. Alright, but first I need to get away from this, and then I can plot a course. And shoomp. There. Over time, that will be enough to turn the vessel. Please don't smash any solar panels or anything. Okay, I think we're fine. It's going to scoot right by. Now, as I plan this, I do not have to go that fast, which is much better than what I was trying to do last time. I have all the time in the world to make these maneuvers work. So I can just spend 115 meters per second of delta V, escape from Minmus on a funky angle, and that will send us straight out into interplanetary space. So let's see, can I make this a little better? Yeah, that puts us kind of interesting. If I escape this way, it actually sends us out. I think it should be fine. What I feel like might be easier, though, or if not easier, then it might make it a little bit more logical in the way that I get back. Oh, no, never mind. I was hoping to find a path that would allow me to escape either prograde or retrograde to Kerbin itself, but I think we're going to use the free delta V that I have from escaping from Minmus in the prograde direction, just kind of steal that momentum. And because as you see, as I go, retrograde, then it puts us obviously into a smaller orbit that falls back towards Kerbin, but heading out this way. I ended up going, yes, I ended up going half an hour ago. Well done. Well done. So let's just rotate this all the way around. There. Now we will escape radial inwards towards the sun in about 10 days, and we have years. So, well, we have years of habitation and homesick time. We have, I don't know why that's flashing like that. I don't like that. But we have 300 days of supplies and as much electric charge as we could ever want. So there is no longer any big hurry to get out and get back, so I can use a more energy efficient trajectory. Huzzah. So let's do that. Set a timer on the maneuver node. We'll spin around Minmus. There, point ourselves maneuverwardly. I do love having high enough level pilots or high enough level probes that I can actually use the maneuver prograde SAS direction. That just makes my life so much easier. It almost feels like cheating after all the early game manual node holding that I end up doing. And away we go. Fire up these big, heavy, but efficient Penguin vacuum engines. And we're off. Very cool. Yeah, I'm pretty psyched about this. I really like the design on this. I really like how the Starlifter shuttle came together. I feel like this is going to be a really useful thing. It was... Ooh, what the heck? It was not the right button. But that's fine. We're not going anywhere precisely. So, in 9 days, 3 hours, and 44 minutes... We are all out of time, so we'll have to leave that to the next one. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave me a like and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you in the next episode.